Green bean, yeah. Let's look at yeah. Martian man, fuck this shit, we going global, yeah.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're about to go ahead and react to Slayworld, the real story, Summrs, Autumn, Kankan, Goonie, and more, the documentary. This video was made by Risha. I reacted to his last video with all the opium allegations. If you haven't seen that already, go ahead and check that out after you watch this video. But with that being said, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, man, like the video. I just also dropped a new project, as you can see. Make sure you guys check that out, link in the description. And let's go ahead and get into this video, man.
In 2019, Slayworld had the underground scene in a frenzy. At the time, they were just kids making music in their room, but before they knew it, they had invented a new sound and started a wave. The group became somewhat legendary due to their music, all the classics they dropped, and cult-like fan base. It was the start of a new era in the SoundCloud scene that was pretty much non-existent at the time. When fans hear Slayworld, they think of members such as Summrs, Kankan, and Autumn, which is far from the full story, how this group began, what it really was, and who was even a part of it.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty, man.
Contrary to popular belief, Slayworld was not started by Summrs, Kankan, or even Autumn. It was created by a guy named Kane Carlson from Canada. Kane was friends with Goonie, the person who sort of put the rap group together and was one of his earliest supporters. Around 2016 to 2017, he used to show Goonie a lot of...
I thought they made that shit. Everybody like Slay. I mean, they probably just the staples of Slayworld or whatever, but like, I didn't know that they wasn't the founders of this shit.
Around 2016 to 2017, he used to show Goonie a lot of support. He would send him clothes, and originally they made beats together. It became a music collective, but really was just people Goonie was cool with. In the beginning, it was really a skate collective and a clothing brand. There are actually a lot of older skate videos from YouTube with Kane's skate clips. To promote the clothing brand, a group chat for rappers was created with the help of Goonie. Goonie, Isaiah Tigi, and Frank's Last Day were some of the first members. Pretty soon, Summrs, Kankan, and Autumn would join. The roster would consist of Summrs, Autumn, Kankan, Goonie, Isaiah Tigi, Frank's Last Day, Endo, Alexander Prey, Venny, and Zay. The group chat even included SSG Kobe and Yeet at some point, but they weren't necessarily Slay, quote unquote. They were sort of close affiliates, along with Wyland. In short, if you were one of Goonie's friends, you were Slayworld. But before we dive into how they met, here's some background information on the prominent members.
Yeah, so they had Yeet in that motherfucker too. Well, he was affiliated with them and stuff. It makes sense now because I have seen Yeet do songs with some of them and stuff. I ain't heard all of them, but I would see Yeet in some of the names of their songs. So he came from the little Slayworld collective a little bit. He kind of, okay, for sure. And then SSG Kobe, I haven't listened to SSG Kobe. I only had one song with him and Rich Amiri on it that I've heard. I haven't really tapped into his music for real. So maybe one of these days I might go ahead and check out SSG Kobe. But
some background information on the prominent members. First off, we have Goonie, the puzzle piece that brought the group together.
Goonie is from Cleveland, and he began as a producer, really inspired by Metro Boomin.
Okay, so he like the founder.
Nobody wanted to hop on his beats, so he became a rapper himself. Next, Summrs is the most popular rapper from Slayworld. Summrs is from Louisiana, who started rapping at 16. He was homeschooled in high school due to poor grades, and instead of using his laptop for schoolwork, he would record music. He's the founding father of the plug.
He knew what he wanted to do in life, bro. Shit, I was homeschooled too, not for the same shit. I just didn't like my school that I was going to. And this was like right before COVID, so like kind of got ahead of the game a little bit low key. But he like, man, fuck this school shit, fuck these grades. I'm trying to get this bread with this music what I really want to do. And what's crazy though too is that I did hear from the other song when I was first reacting to him, he was kind of speaking on shit like that, like, hey, it worked for him, so you feel me?
He would record music.
But he did eventually graduate, so that's what's up.
Plug and beat subgenre, which we all know and love. Hailing from Dallas, Texas, Kankan started out as a producer and was really successful. He would produce for Smoke Perp, Low Pump, and Famous Dex. And in the early stages of Slayworld, he wasn't even rapping yet. Then we have Autumn, aka Twin Uzis. Autumn was a producer turned rapper and is also from Louisiana. Fun fact, he's from the same city as SSG Kobe. He was also one of the early pioneers of the plug.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that's how a lot of these artists started off, bro. You got people like, I know Tekka was also, I mean, he still produced, but I know Tekka got his start being a producer and he was like, let me make my own music. A lot of producers do that though. Like a lot of people that came up, they learn how to make this shit themselves. That's another good thing about being a producer. You have full control over your music. Your vision is the best vision. Then it's gonna come out the way you imagined it. You know what I'm saying?
Plug and B sound. He even got his name from Summrs. Autumn is a season after Summrs, and Autumn started rapping after Summrs, so he thought it was right. Isaiah Tigi is a rapper from Ohio.
Oh wow, that is very interesting.
Rapper from Ohio, extremely experimental, and maintains a pretty low-key presence on the internet. Not too much is known about the other members of Slayworld like Frank's Last Day, Endo, AZP, Venay, Zay, except most of them are based
I don't know
in
none of
Florida.
these other folks though, but this was
Okay,
this video
so back
for.
to how they all met. Before they even formally met each other, everyone in Slay knew each other from the start. Goonie had been listening to Summrs since he went by Louis VD. Goonie and Summrs would actually steal Kankan's beats before he had ever shown his face. They used to send each other songs around 2017 to 18. At that time, Kankan and Summrs were not cool, because Kan didn't like how Summrs would steal his beats. However, one day, Kankan typed his name in on SoundCloud and heard a Summrs song that he produced. He said it was trash, but he kinda liked it, so he clicked on Summrs' page. He then heard Pack Runner, and from there was like, this guy's the go, whoever he is, and got in contact with him.
One day he dropped Pack Runner, bitch,
Yeah, bro.
and then like some months later, I typed in my name on SoundCloud, and I seen the song with dudes. That shit was so ass, but I kind of like that shit, so I clicked on that page and I heard Pack Runner, bitch. Then, bro, I was like, bro, this is a goat, whoever this is. I remember. Then I had messages with.
Hey, that's what's up though. I'm not gonna lie. He wanted to go full hater mode, but he didn't. I respect it. He like, man, let me hear some more of this shit. And they heard that song and he like, oh yeah, he the one. And you see what came out of it, bro. Hey, that's fire, low key. That's fire.
And then I was like, bro, you go crazy.
The first songs Kankan produced for him were mostly plug and B songs like 3AM and Katie and Gigi, similar to Pack Runner Bitch, the song that made Kankan a fan of Summrs. In 2018, Summrs told Kankan he was going to be in Houston. Kankan is from Dallas, so they linked up. The first time they met is actually documented in a rare vlog. A year later, they moved in together, the first crib Summrs had, with Kankan in the north side of Houston. While this was happening, Goonie had moved to Florida. After high school, he had a regular job. He said screw it, and then just moved to Florida, where he linked with Frank. The first time Goonie went to Florida and linked up with Frank's last day, they were at an Airbnb. Frank's girlfriend and him were fighting, so she pulled up with her brothers. Long story short, Goonie and Frank beat the living hell out of them, the brothers, and even broke the youngest one's arm.
She pulls up with her brothers, like, trying to press him. Like, they trying to press him, like, come outside, bro. And I'm like, bro, who is these? Who are y'all? Like, what are y'all doing here? Because me and Frank, this is the first time I met this nigga, bro. Like, apparently,
You stand on business.
It was a little, like, 16. I had to be, like, 17, 18 at the time. We broke his arm or something.
Damn.
They all met in 2019 when Kankan and Summrs would begin coming out to Florida. They moved into a house in Orlando where Summrs, Goonie, Kankan, and DJ YP, Hozizi, would live. Goonie later reflected on his earliest memories from that period, saying,
It was fun, bro. It was us being kids, man. Like, it was fun.
They would frequently link up with
Because
other
they was
members
all
of Slay
young
like
as hell
Isaiah
doing this
TG
shit.
and Frank, as well as collaborating with close affiliates like SSG, Kobe, Yeet, and Wyland. Yeet and Goonie would actually send each other songs, and Goonie's largest song to this day is Zaza, a collaboration between himself, Kankan, and Yeet. Wyland was friends with Summrs since early 2018 and has a couple tracks with them, and has songs with Kankan, Isaiah, and Slay associates like SSG, Kobe, and Yeet. Throughout this period, Kane was dropping clothes. He would drop t-shirts, beanies, sweats, and more. These designs were actually pretty nice, and as of 2022, they're really rare and go for ridiculously high prices, considering they're screen printed tees, and if you attempt to buy one, you'll likely get scammed in typical Slayworld fashion. Summrs, Autumn, and Goonie were all making Plug and B when they first joined Slay. Summrs started Plug and B, so naturally his work was the best.
He dropped albums like Bell World, Bell World 2, and Revive. Bell World and Bell World 2 were dedicated to his girlfriend at the time, Belle. They were romantic songs where he would talk about how he couldn't get her out of his head. She was the best thing that ever happened to him and how much he needed her in his life. The album featured Goonie
okay,
and
so that's how all this shit started with this whole Plug and B shit, bruh. For sure.
The follow-up, Bell World 2, was even better. He sings about his love for Belle, he'd never tell her a lie, and how she puts him in a trance. It was supposed to be a trilogy, but Belle cheated on him with one of his closest friends, Dude.
Damn!
Revived is my favorite Plug and B project by Summrs. He started to perfect his Plug and B sound, and his flows were incredible on songs like The Boss, Cathedral, and Element. The album is addictive. The whole project has an ethereal, dreamy production that makes you feel like you're floating, giving you the same vibe, yet no song sounds the same as another. He's not talking about anything in general, just life, which is what makes it so relatable.
Autumn would follow in Summrs' footsteps with iconic tapes like Before Retribution 3, and Modern Day Michelangelo. Autumn's music was very similar to...
So the whole Plug and B shit started with Summrs or Autumn, okay. Cause like them type beats did come out of nowhere for me, cause like, you know, I don't know my history on all this shit. So like, when I was hearing these type of beats and shit, I didn't know it stemmed from them. So it's interesting to see though.
Summrs, he often used the same flow, and Summrs was a very frequent collaborator. I feel like what sets Autumn apart was his music, his voice, and the fact that he produced a lot of music for himself. Songs like Nina and Can't Help It are Plug and B classics.
And that period of Summrs and Autumn dropping so many hits consistently will probably never return, as they become so much more popular. Some of Goonie's earliest tracks,
Hate Me, Goofy featuring Summrs, PSA, and Can't Help It, are all Plug and B songs. He had a slower flow and would really just rap about anything from flexing his clothes to being betrayed by his friends and his drug use. Just a side note, at this point Kankan wasn't rapping, he was really more of a producer.
Pretty soon their sound would evolve and they began rapping in a style never heard before. Once again, Summrs led this new wave. Summrs would drop the albums World Against Me, Evolved, and Isolation, and multiple underground hits like Coke, Tessum, and RNS. World Against Me wasn't really that experimental, but it was a solid album where Summrs showcased his versatility. In Evolved, Summrs showed off his vocal ability, rapping in an auto-tuned high-pitched voice. He also paid his respects to his friend Banna and the late producer
why Kankan don't be putting hard eyes on this?
Started
You
adding
see
reverse
that?
ad-libs on his songs.
I just not peeped that, like what the hell?
And quiet 808s sounded perfect. This was evident in Tessum, one of Summrs' most well-known songs to date, which popularized what fans call his ghost reverse reverb effect. By this time, Kankan had started rapping too. He began after putting a poll on his Instagram story and being encouraged to by his followers. He released a couple of tapes, which to be honest, weren't very good since he just started rapping, but once he dropped his self-titled project Kankan, he really started to shine. Is probably a top 10 Slayworld song, from the beat produced by Zangang and the way Kankan rapped on it. The hook was just him saying It was actually the first Kankan song I heard. The song was remixed by Summrs and Isaiah TG. Kankan also rapped with the reverse reverb effect Summrs used in songs like Go Mode and Triciana, which would cement it as another one of Slayworld's signature sounds. To top it all off, Kankan was a pretty funny guy. He could—
This is a lot of information at one time, god damn. Like, I'm trying to really sit here and understand how, like, this whole timeline and shit, but lord, it's like so much information is just getting hit at me. I'm like, especially when you don't know shit about none of this shit, bro. Like, I'm just now learning about all this shit, bro. Like, there's a lot of information to take in. Like, I would have to hear this multiple times to know, okay, this is what it was. But I mean, shit, it is what it is, though.
Do anything and it would just make you laugh. He once went on live and started cooking a steak while off a perk, and in songs like 380 Hellcat, he would say stuff like, "Kicking it with my white boys, they're a little racist." The next member I want to talk about is Isaiah TG, who wanted nothing to do with the group towards the end of 2019, but was actually one of the earliest members, possibly since him and Goonie were both from Ohio. He even has an album called #4Kane dedicated to the founder. Isaiah was actually the person who added Kankan to the Slay group chat back in the day as well. His music is nothing short of beautiful. Just listen to Archangels or Interlude and you'll know what I mean. He sings and raps.
I never heard this dude though. I only knew Summrs, Autumn, and Kankan out of this whole little group going on from when I first reacted to him and shit. I don't know none of these other members, so I'm trying to get an understanding right now.
Was even doing both on a single track. We're doing a mixture of that with the baby voice and speaks about the struggles going on in his life and the drugs he takes to get through it all. Autumn mostly stuck to the plug and B sound, but he does have projects from this time where he was predominantly rapping, like Wicked Clancy, his collab tape with Summrs, and 4, as well as some of my favorite songs by him, like Could You, Ariana Grande, Got It, and Protocol. He really just rapped about getting money, scamming, drugs, and his haters. Some of the lesser known members of Slayworld were Frank's Last Day, Endo, and Alexander Prey. Frank's pretty versatile, making plug, rapping on regular rap beats, and his most frequent genre, R&B. Endo and Alexander Prey are better known as producers, but they have plenty of big songs themselves, like Ozone, Flying, and Thinking About You. Overall, the sound Slayworld pioneered and their influence can still be seen today. For me and many other fans, they're on the same tier as other underground rap groups, like Goth Money and Drain Gang.
Who? Yo, I'm so out of tune, bro. Like, I don't understand shit. But I'm trying though. I'm trying to get a better understanding. But man, this is a lot of information to take in right now.
Slayworld was notorious for the beefs they'd get into and just all around funny situations they'd find themselves in. Here are a couple of them.
The Gabby situation. This is kind of important because it was Summrs' like first viral moment. Even though it had nothing to do with music, Gabby was a mentally ill woman who had just gotten out of a mental hospital. Just a few days after, she went to Summrs' house. She wasn't Summrs' girlfriend, but Summrs' friends were interested and let her in the place. The first day at Summrs' house, she broke his TV. The next day, Summrs wakes up only to find out his friends had let her back in. Summrs kicks her out.
See, look, these niggas want entertainment, bro. She broke the nigga TV and y'all let her in the next day? Is you crazy? She lucky her ass didn't get break. The fuck?
Again, this sparks the infamous live where Gabby goes crazy and breaks Summrs' window. She tried to fight one of Summrs' friends, and it all ended with Summrs' female friends fought her. Summrs beating up an Instagram hacker. A hacker stole Summrs' Instagram for a bit. He told Summrs that he wanted to fight and that he was in Houston. They confronted each other on Instagram Live. Summrs said that he was in Dallas and that he would fight him when
I want to see the video. Talking about you can't show the video because
bloody mouth.
I need to see versus Lil Tecca. Summrs was beefing with Lil Tecca after he said he was only cool with Tecca for clout. He eventually made a diss on Lil Tecca, but they became cool later, and Autumn and Tecca are actually pretty good friends. The most famous beef was between Summrs, Kankan, and Sofego. Summrs responded to someone in his live saying there was
It'll be with Fago? What?
Summrs, Kankan, and Fago. Summrs responded to someone in his live saying there would never be a Fago and Slay collab. Fago dropped Let the Girl Slay to respond to their comments saying Summrs got robbed.
God damn, hold on, bro. Shit, like, god damn, like, slow down. I know this is an older video, so like, he's kind of just rapid firing this information, but Lord.
This beef was between Summrs, Kankan, and Fago. Summrs responded to someone in his live saying there would never be a Fago and Slay collab.
Okay, he said pause and read along. Okay, that's my bad. But still, slow down, man. He done got way better doing these videos, cause man.
Fago dropped Let the Girl Slay to respond to their comments saying Summrs got robbed and calling him a junkie, as well as addressing it on social media. Summrs fired back with SWK freestyle, calling Fago his son, as well as claiming Fago asked him for repost on SoundCloud. Kankan dissed Fago on a song with SG Kobe, Slimy, saying what's a Fago, and Fago dropped Rat Runners, where he would directly diss Kankan, telling him he should stick to beats and that he should give Summrs his gun back. The beef ended and they're all on good terms now. This last one is really random. It was between Comethazine and Autumn. Comethazine would claim that Autumn was a clone.
Motherfuckers look like look. I was literally just about to say this nigga kind of look like Comethazine. Nah, he don't look like him. I guess because of his brown hair and they're both light skinned. What y'all think? See, this is a comp ass picture of Comethazine and this is a goof ass picture of Autumn, bro. So it's like, hold on.
This last one is really random. It was between Comethazine and Autumn. Comethazine would claim that Autumn was a clone that was trying to bite his swag. The two went back and forth on social media and Autumn made a diss track on him called Catch Up With You. That's it. Nothing really came out of it.
She got a million plays, Lord. But like, he says he's a clone taking his style just cause they both light skinned and they had the little blonde hair shit going on all the time. There's a lot of things that do that. Unless there's more to it that he just didn't explain. But from the looks of what he explained, bro, that's what I'm getting out of that.
Since Slayworld was never official, there isn't an exact date to when the group ended because it didn't really go down like that. The group started to fizzle out by the end of 2020. The members drifted apart and are all doing their own thing right now. Lastly, I just want to say the founder of Slayworld, Kane, whose vision was responsible for the group, passed away on July 26th, so rest in peace.
RIP, man.
That's it for this doc. Feel free to comment your thoughts. I go by Rashad Fashir, and this is a collab.
Alright, so look, I got a little more information about Slayworld and stuff. He was rapid firing information, so I was a little confused on certain parts, but like, I think I got a general basis, if you know what I mean. But damn, them little beefs kind of surprised me, like Fago and them beefing, and then Comethazine and Autumn beefing, and like some of these beefs was just so random. And then all the other members and stuff, I'm not really too knowledgeable about any of them besides what they said in the video. Like, I don't know what their music sound like, nothing. But I mean, it looks like, you know what I'm saying, them three is the top three in Slayworld, the motherfuckers I really need to know about for real, you feel me? But hey man, with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this reaction, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, follow all my socials down below, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.
You should know that I really been in the mix, waiting for a text or even a call back, sitting there counting them digits, but no amount of money could pay for that love back.